Wink.
Okay, we're here for the March 27th meeting of the Parks and Recs Commission. Can I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Sherman.
Here.
Commissioner Stanton.
Here.
Commissioner Sheebrall.
Here.
Chair Bellamo.
Here.
Okay.
Great. And then can I have a motion to approve the consent agenda from last meeting?
I move to approve.
Oh,
Minutes.
the minutes from last meeting.
I move to approve the minutes from the last meeting.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Great. And then we have citizen comments and concerns, and I think we have one online. Not on yet. Okay. If she shows up, then do you want to?
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. And then I just have to read one thing that for the committee stuff. It says, thank you for participating in local comment this evening. The public comment period is an essential part of local government meetings. Each person has 3 minutes to speak. Our governing body takes the input into consideration. However, the observance of Oregon open meeting laws that this isn't the time for dialogue, but rather a time for us to listen to you. Our city manager, city recorder are taking notes of action if needed. Great.
Very efficient. But are you here to talk about art in the park?
I sure am.
Okay, so then she doesn't have to be the 3 minutes.
I'm
No.
just here to chat about art in the park. I figured it would be most time efficient and I had the bandwidth to be here, so I thought I would just show up. And that was really it. And then just wanted to ask about the shade sales and what I can do to help with that. So I don't have very exciting comments. That's all. I just thought I would show up instead of going back and forth on emails.
Perfect.
So hi. I can just wait for that to come up in your agenda.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, I think we're gonna talk about, hopefully, I think we'll just set a date today and get all the planning going. And then if you want to talk right after, then, because I think it should be pretty quick, this meeting.
Yeah, I mean, pretty quick. I wanted to remind that I have our like graphic design friend who was on the commission, who's ready to whip up like a beautiful poster and Facebook post for us to use. She just needs the date to throw on there and
Great.
Yeah. That's
Perfect.
all.
And then are you guys gonna be able to come out and do the button thing again, or?
Yeah, I'm not sure if we'll be able to do the
Or
button
whichever.
thing, but we'll do some sort of interactive art activity for sure. But figuring out the date will help us decide who can be there and how we work that out. And we'd just love to be able to coordinate in terms of getting information, collecting information from the youth that sign up for your event, so we could invite them back to Arts at the Park in July too.
Perfect.
Arts at the Creek.
Yeah.
Of course we have to.
Great.
Okay, so yeah, I'll just wait for you to get to that piece.
Perfect. Perfect. Online or no?
No.
Nope. Okay, we'll just go on and keep going. And then if she's on, we'll let her talk in a little bit. So our first point of business is the budget and yearly goal report, which is due to city council in April. I sent out just a quick preliminary one that I threw together for us.
I had a question about it.
Yeah.
When you're ready.
Yeah.
So the signs, the one that said signs that guide people to parks, but it doesn't have money for it.
Yeah, so I think that I'm sure that's going to come out of the city budget or somewhere. I don't think it needs to be accounted for in our budget, but Melanie just brought it up, and I'll show you kind of what she's talking about. So I guess in Oregon City, they have these they call them like wayfinding signs, where they're just signs with so like if we put one right here and they said like, oh, Wade Creek, like a mile and a half that way.
Oh.
And it gives you like a time, like, oh, if you're on bike, it would take you
Oh.
30 minutes, that
Right.
type of thing.
Mhm.
And so she would like us to figure out where was the best place to place them. Is it the best like transportation on it, like a bike, and then you do like bike time, or if it's walking, you do walking time. And if she wanted us to just like gauge out the distances that we're on, like where, like if we put him here, like if we put one here and like pointed it straight up the street, and then right by the high school, we put another one where it said like Wade Creek this way, Campanile this way, Gardner this way. And then you put just like, oh, if you go it's like this far, and if you walk, it takes like 15 minutes. But I think that money, if they were gonna do it, she wants to do it by June. I have a feeling we don't need to account for that money. That's more if the city is gonna do it, right? Okay.
That was the only thing. Everything else looked like what we had talked about. And I just was like, how are we gonna make signs for $0?
What signs?
Yeah, so that's just one of her, she just brought it up like 2 days ago with me. So if, yeah,
Okay,
I think she would like the recommendation. She would like us to discuss it in April. And then like recommendation, like, and make a recommendation, hopefully that time for the May city council meeting so they can approve it and then they can get going on it. But yeah, if you like I said, if you want to start brainstorming on like what's the best place for it to be,
Mhm.
like which intersections, which mode of transportation we want to do, that type of thing, then we can
Okay.
map it down a little bit and try to get it squared away for the next meeting.
Yeah.
Cool.
anyway, the budget I thought looked great. And there's like, I feel like some of them are like the sprint into spring is a little bit high, but we were talking about adding stuff into it. So I think that it's better to go that way.
Yeah, and I think we bumped it up because if we do the official course
Yes.
through the down, and then it'll cost
Then
money to do the
more.
permitting and those types of things.
That's right. And the road closure stuff.
Yeah, and then when we get to that, I have some thoughts on that, on getting that, advancing that.
Perfect. And then concert of the park, yeah, that's the number we got from Rob, so that pretty much should be right. The trick or trot, depending on what we need to buy or anything, I think it's a decent ballpark number.
Mm-hmm.
The signs, like I said, hopefully that it shouldn't be an expense to us. The community cleanup event, so I did reach out to the school board and they're fine with us cleaning up the ivy in Ranger Woods. The 2 rules they had were no climbing trees and no herbicides, both of which we're not going to do. So I reached out to Solve Oregon. They put together all the community events. So I have a meeting with her tomorrow, a Zoom call, and so hopefully we can put together something for. I'm thinking, I don't know if it'll actually be in April or if we want to do a meeting before it and then do it in May. So it might not be like right near Earth Day, it might be like right in May, like that area.
We do it in May. The library might have something going on for Earth Day.
Oh, okay. I'll ask them about that. So yeah, I think May would be a good time for that. And then like,
And it'll give you a little more time for planning.
And there's
yeah.
Which is private.
And there's May break 2 for school,
Oh, okay.
which is like it starts on Friday, the 10th. Well, actually it starts on Saturday, the 11th and goes to the 19th of May.
I think I'm gonna be in Mexico at that time.
So you might want to avoid that, where I was going with that is you might want to avoid that, like those weekends,
people
because
be-
people might be gone,
Gone. Perfect.
which is also Mother's Day weekend. So you don't want to do that weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. Yeah, and so like I think the process of like, a lot of the trees, hopefully the stuff's like so it's not too bad right now where it's probably pretty manageable where you can just like actually just like pull it off the tree and it'll be fine. The stuff that's closer to the cemetery, that stuff's more of like you have to like cut a ring around the tree and then once it dies in like August, I can go back and like pull it off the trees and make them look nice, that type of thing. So but I think it would be a good event for everyone to get out and do the Ranger Wood stuff. Winter event, I just put TBD just for if we decide to do anything this year, if it takes a little bit longer.
Right.
I don't know if you wanted to put some money aside for that, but
Yeah, you're on the, were you on the subcommittee between? Arts, okay, yeah, and Mike was the other one, right?
Yes.
Okay, I was actually gonna send you 2 an email shortly about collaborating on a winter event here.
Yeah, we have sort of back and forth about that because we've also talked about just jumping onto the downtown of Decatur, like
Yeah.
to the tree lighting ceremony.
Right,
Instead of having to like build momentum with our own event, like jump to an event that already has momentum.
yeah,
Yeah.
And we're so spread thin.
Yeah.
So I think that we're gonna try to not do a separate event this year and jump onto the tree lighting event.
That'd be great.
Yeah,
Yeah, just had some ideas, like kind of like a little bit, Winter Light Festival inspired, because I do Winter Light Festival every year. I'm one of the artists at it, but it'd be kind of cool to do something that's a little more narrowly focused and like within scope. Something like it's like a string light art contest. Like Christmas light art contest. Yeah.
Christmas tree, and then like they decorated it their own style.
Yeah.
Like a walk.
Yeah.
Which I know they're trying to get, certified as like the Christmas tree capital of the world. That's one of the downtown Christmas goals.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
We incorporate the lights too.
Yeah, so I'll shoot you guys an email and we can start chatting about that.
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, so we'll see where that goes. And
Well,
then,
that,
go
like,
ahead.
even when we do the winter thing, like, we already had, like, if you did like the candy cane hunt or whatever, like, we already have those signs. The only thing you need is like $50 worth of gift cards or something. Like, it's not very much
yeah,
money when we do winter, except if we did something like that, we might need more.
yeah. Yeah, I think that would be
Good.
Yeah, it'd be good. We also, I think we like, I just went to at CCC, they had that native plant sale, like, and they had like all the different forestry,
For school
yeah, the forest school.
last week. Yeah.
So I don't know, that might be something cool. We could maybe reach out to them during like that event, maybe because they were giving out like,
Seedlings.
yeah, they were giving out the tree
I was there.
seedlings.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, did you go? Okay. So yeah, if we could get them to like donate seedlings or something like that, we could like,
Talk to Warehouser.
oh, okay.
They're the ones who do that.
Oh, cool. Yeah, well, maybe we'll reach out to them. Maybe we can do something like that and like give away seedlings and people can plant them in their yard or do whatever they want with them. But
Like a couple years ago, we were supposed to do an Earth Day event and we had ordered a bunch of like
Mhm.
like saplings, like tiny like
Mhm.
tree seedlings that
Mhm.
would be appropriate for this climate and would be good for like, yeah. That
Great.
we had ordered 50. I don't even know where they went, but
Well, yeah.
yeah,
It was
we never
2020.
saw them. But yeah, they disappeared. It was COVID, but we did that one year.
sure.
We tried.
So like you can order them or find people who would give them away, but
Yeah.
they were reasonably priced.
Yeah. I
They were
think
tiny though. They
yeah.
were
I
baby
almost feel like it was
trees.
like $1.
Yeah,
or
they were
something.
they were baby trees. I think it was from the Arbor Day Foundation, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, that might be something to look into.
And I think they were red buds, something that was a little prettier, maybe more manageable than, a Doug fir is nice for a couple years, but at some point it's really quite large for most people's yards.
Yeah, you don't keep it trim or yeah, it'll get pretty big.
Yeah, whereas a red bud, you could put in your sidewalk area and it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's cool. You said you knew someone who was part of that?
Which part?
The forest school, the
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I'll take their contact information from you then, and then you can figure that out. I was talking to the Master Gardener people because I got some of the native plants from that. I don't want to do the program this year and try to get more Master Gardener stuff out for the city.
I would love to talk to you about all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
I have
that'd be
lots of
great.
Contacts and information on.
And I think
multiple
like we
parts of
could
that.
pretty easily tie that into like doing the farmers markets and tie it into parks and doing that type of thing too. So
Mhm.
cool. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Oh, the SDC land use stuff. Monday is our first meeting with city council about that.
Right.
So did you RSVP that you were gonna be there or?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. I did too. So it sounds like it'll be pretty packed. We'll have planning, parks and city council. Oh, and the two new people did RSVP yes for that too. So they'll also be there. That's just for our goals. We said $200 for the esticated QR codes was right.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Cool.
Also, just so you know, in 2020, it was $69 for 50 saplings and they were from, where did you
Arbor
say?
Day
Arbor Day
Yep,
Foundation.
that's what I thought.
Arbor Day.
From the email.
Oh, thank you.
Mhm.
The the Forest Service seems to get a lot too. Like,
Mhm.
I over the past few years, I've randomly have just ended up with like 100 saplings that I got like 300 last year, and just like give them to friends when we went out and planted them and stuff. So,
Nice.
so a lot of times it's just like, hey, I want to go plant in a burned area or something. And they'll be like, there you go.
Yep.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That would be a cool project
Yeah.
to do. Oh yeah, and the last thing I just put was any like safety park maintenance goals that we have for. See if there's anything we can, like I said, maybe there's like a little. Program we can throw together for like maintenance of the parks, making sure trash is getting picked up, that type of thing, but.
I have an idea for that, just
Okay.
kind of off the cuff. What if we had on the signs at the parks, like a QR code that took you to a Google form? If there, or like some sort of form, like, do you see something wrong? Scan this and tell us about it. And then it would just like instant, and it could like pop to his email, or I don't know, like if we could make some sort of little Google form or what it would be, but I feel like that would be pretty
Yeah.
simple. And then people, like everybody has their phone pretty much, and they could just, and not have to like look up the email address, and I think that would be cool.
No, I think that's great. That's a great idea. Yeah,
But that would help with that like goal of the safety and keeping the parks clean and
sure. Getting feedback and
Mhm.
all that stuff. No, that's a great idea.
Bless you.
Perfect. Anything else? Any other goals people want? I know you guys are going, but any
We
ideas?
still have things we
Yeah.
want. I just want to put out there my big thing still for the inclusive parks.
Yes.
Keep that in your mind as you move forward.
I mean, this is your last chance to just like
Give it all.
shove things through, yeah.
Yeah. That surface at that Gardner Park is so awesome. So instead of the bark chips. So
Yeah.
that's my piece.
No, I think I definitely important. Like, hopefully we'll have a nice inclusive park right at Campanella, and then it'll be good. So, you got anything, Kalika?
No, I think you guys have plenty to work on, and I'm in full support, and I would love to continue to collaborate and support through like more of the like, native plants in
Yeah.
the city and other avenues.
Yeah, I think it'll be, once we get because the pollinator garden and all that stuff, I think for sure the bee city people, we should be involved with collaborating on that.
Pretty much
Yeah.
me in a
There.
year, so.
Yeah, perfect. So whenever, like I said, whenever you guys need help or reach out, and I got no problem collaborating on things. Yeah, thanks, Steven.
On top of all this, we just talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's some sprint into spring planning stuff but it kind of dovetails into budget things, so
Sure.
it can wait until then. if you
Okay.
wanna.
Okay.
I think that's good.
Yeah. Are you fine with how it's typed up, Taryn? Perfect. Perfect. Cool. All right. And then arts in the park. If you want to sit right there, we can just hash it out.
So I was trying to look while we were talking,
Sure.
and I could not find what I know whatever date it was last year, it was that day where I had like 8 things. It was in May. I'm pretty
Let's
confident.
see
It
if I
was
can find it.
picture day and
I
2
feel like it
softball
was
games.
like the first or second weekend of May.
Yep.
Yes, it was a busy time. And I do already know what day picture day is for softball and baseball.
That's
So,
exactly what that was, because there were families like
yes,
trying to do all the things.
in and out. So I have that. I was gonna pull.
We do it in May, and the issue is that there was Mother's Day and May break and then Memorial Day. And so trying to do it in May, and then like June gets crazy. Because it's the end of the year and you got graduation things. So I feel like
Yes.
no matter what weekend we choose, there's going to
It's
be
gonna be busy.
craziness.
So May 4th is softball and baseball pictures, but oh no, that works. That's right. And then so that's a Saturday. May 12th, that following Sunday is Mother's Day.
Mhm.
So just throwing those.
And then you have May
This-
break, right?
May break is the weekend of, it starts the 10th is Friday, which technically there's read day, but the 11th through the 19th.
Was the timing like 12 to 2 last time?
Yes.
Yeah.
We changed it because before it was 3 hours and it was
Too long.
too long for the kids.
So do we think, like the 25th or 26th would be a good day?
So the 27th is Memorial
Memorial
Day.
Day.
That's on my paper too. So I don't know. I mean, you could do it again on that picture day. I do know that there's a lot of people that do play softball and baseball, but they still made it work last year. And I think all of their games were in town because of picture day.
Probably.
So
I mean, I feel like the conflict of that is a less conflict than like Memorial Day
yes,
Or Mother's Day.
or
or Mother's Day or break.
Mhm.
Although, was it an issue if it was a Saturday before Mother's Day?
If we bumped it up to like April 27th or
That's-
28th?
The 10th.
The Saturday, the 11th, that's May break though, so I don't know if people like, we're gonna be gone. I know like Haley's team, we were just talking and sorry, I'm just talking like 3 or 4 of her teammates are gonna be gone that whole time too. So I know a lot of people travel during that time because it's cheaper than spring break.
And better weather.
What day did you just?
If we bumped it up to like April 27th or 28th? I think mainly we'd be contesting with the weather, right?
Yeah,
We'd
Well,
hope it,
the time might be, every week is like a time crunch for kids that are, I guess the kids that are involved probably are already prepping for it, maybe.
and they have quite a while. I mean, the whole, that's 1, 2, 3, that's 4 weeks.
would be able to get it, Taryn, would we be able to get it in the mailer for an April date or no?
I think that might be hard. That's
No.
my opinion.
Yeah. Cause you would need to find out like now.
And the best way that we
Yeah.
got a huge amount of traction for one of our recent events by actually creating a Facebook event. So that's my advice going forward, is that like, don't just post it. You guys can post it on Facebook. We can share yours on our Facebook,
Mhm.
but actually creating an event
Yeah.
page, it like tricks the algorithm and it shows up to people like things happening near you and it just sort of shows up.
Yeah, we did. I know we did it for trick or treat. I think we did it for that too, because that's where I started freaking out. Because there was a lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just been a huge, like a game changer for us. Yeah, just because it shows up for people. I also, are you gonna make like a Google form for it?
Before we just did paper. And they sent it in or brought it into City Hall. And it went in the mailer. And they could fill it out there or they could print it off online.
Okay. Cause I have the contacts for all whenever we do the flyer, I can email all the kids that were involved at Arts at the Creek. Cause I have a list of like maybe 9 or 10 kids, youth that were there, and I have all their contact information. The benefit of that being like, at least if they have them do it on paper, then we should try to collect that information so it stays in a place so we can reference it again. That's just the thing with the Google form, is it's really easy for them to just like scan a QR code or hit a
Yep.
link, and it could just be like that same really basic information, but it does kind of simplify gathering
Yeah,
that
which is
information.
funny because I've done Google Forms for everything else, but not that. Now that you say that, like the trick or treat, that's weird. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Someone would need to take that job on because I would be able to.
I mean, I could easily make a Google form for you guys. It would be like 3 questions, right? There's not
I
a
think
whole
we
lot.
just had name, age, and what they wanted to sell.
Mhm.
And we had you know why it was paper? Because it was a waiver and parent permission. Because we had to get parent permission.
Let me look at what our youth one looks
But we
like.
could do that like trick or treat where they could, when they show up.
They could
Yeah.
sign something.
Well, last year, I feel like we had a couple kids come without a parent.
Yeah.
So that's the benefit of, there's a lot more fine print you can put in ours. Like ours said that like, kindergarten through 6th grade must be accompanied by an adult
Mhm.
for the entire event. 7th through 12th grade students need permission from parents with emergency contact information. And so ours is had name, email, grade, emergency contact. And then there's actually a release form that we have in ours, and I can share it with one of you too, if you want. It's just sort of just signs off on all of those things.
Did you create it from, did I share with you ours last time that had like the rules, like the paper one? I'm looking at our paper one.
I don't
No,
think so. But if you want to share it with me, I'm happy to like translate that and like combine it with the one that we
I don't
have.
know if I have a blank. Taryn, do you have a blank one? I only have ones that have kids' information on it. But yeah, I wonder if you did, because we wrote kindergarten through sixth grade must be accompanied by an adult.
I
7
feel like
to
we may
12
have copied some of yours for
Yes.
ours.
Students need permission with emergency contact. Yeah.
And then it was like, bring all your own things. Items must
Mhm.
be sold by student without assistance
Yeah,
from an
I think
adult,
we
or must be made
did.
by the student. So like, because I already have this Google form, I
Yeah.
can just make a copy of it and send it to you guys, and then you
Sure.
can tweak what you want. It is nice, you can have a little bit more of the fine print on a Google form.
Yeah, that'd be great.
We can't really say anything because it's our last meeting. That's
Yeah,
why
I'm getting that vibe.
I'm not being,
You're
that's
not very
why I'm not
non-committal.
being- because I can't commit to something if I'm not doing it. I'm not trying to be rude.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. I'm
I
getting
can't
that vibe. I
like-
see the gifts on the table. The exit strategy is in place. I will send it to you
Perfect.
and you.
Yeah.
So I'll just make a copy of it. And then if we figure out the date, like I said, Maddie can she's got one already. She just has to like slap the date on it, and she does really beautiful things.
Yeah, we need to figure out the date, like right now. though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What time are the photos?
pictures go
Yeah.
all
They're-
day.
Oh,
They're
just
all
day.
day.
8 till like 5.
Hmm.
15
So you
minutes,
just pick, I mean, it could
15,
just,
yeah.
yep, it could just be,
Could it
and
be,
kids will have games and it will be
We will work
crazy.
around it.
Yeah.
what is the other weekend day that is not picture day, or are both days picture days?
No, so there's the Sunday. So
Cinco
Saturday,
de
May
Mayo.
4th, so, oh, it's Cinco de Mayo though. But I don't know.
I'm fine. I think I'm fine with it being. I think maybe the 5th would be better. Just that way.
If it was a Sunday, it might be a good idea to do it later.
Yeah.
Because people,
Yeah.
church.
You might want to do like 2 to 4
2 to 4.
or 1 to 3. You don't want to go too late on Cinco de Mayo. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I don't know. I think people would be around on
Yeah.
on the 5th. Yeah, I think it should be fine.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Oh, so
Thanks.
say, and if we do it on the 5th, then we can get into the next water bill.
That'd be really short notice though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it would be like coming out and they're like, hey, this weekend.
Some people would need to get it back before then.
Yeah, you
should get it the first week
Yeah.
the month.
Oh, maybe we can put it in there, and then if people get it, then it's just another.
Yeah, we have to pay. We pay for it though. If it
Yeah,
goes in there, and that's a
that's
lot of
Or
money.
just
Yeah.
like a maybe they get it.
The paper one, I mean, it's like a couple $100 something, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know that we wanna. do that.
If it was that early and people aren't going to see it, I wouldn't waste the money on the paper
Yeah.
one.
That's fine. Yeah.
But yeah. Put on like make a Facebook event.
And we'll double share it on ours.
And we can put flyers around town too.
Yeah.
That actually
Yeah.
seems to work pretty well.
I did have.
You could try putting it in
And
the
can we
newspaper.
put on there that we're co-sponsoring it? I'll put it on the flyer, and so I
Yeah.
can share the visuals with you once I get it from Maddie. And she's really good about doing like we can have a printable flyer that we can link to, and then there'll be like a Facebook post image, and then we can put the text with.
I think the downtown committee is doing door hangers for all the events so I had them put the concerts on there. If I'll just send her the date. I'll send her the 5th, I'll send her the time, and then if she can get it on there and it'll get it on time, maybe I'll get it onto there too.
I don't think the door hangers, she said they're gonna be trying to print them in May,
Okay, I can
so I
remember when
don't think
exactly they
it's
were
quite
doing it,
that
but
yet, yeah.
okay.
So what time then?
So if we push back a little bit because of church and stuff, what time?
Like
people
2
get
to
out?
4?
I think 2 to 4 would be.
Cause that
2
way
to
people
4?
could leave church and lunch and
Mhm.
things.
Yeah, I don't know what time church service gets out or anything like that. so.
That's a wild guess. I feel like it's morning and then they do lunch. Okay, we'll bring the party with some sort of art activity for a couple different ages.
And
Perfect.
now you could make it Cinco de Mayo theme.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Cross-cultural. It'd be fun.
Yeah,
Um,
gives you an idea.
cool. And then I'll try to get that flyer from her in the next couple days so we could post even tomorrow, if not Monday.
Sure. And I'll pick up canopies from the city and I can get them set up and everything. So I'll set you guys aside one. So you
Okay.
for sure have one.
Great.
And then
That would be great.
I don't know if we think of an art thing we can do for the kids, maybe we would try to do a little craft thing or something too, just as the parks, but David.
We also ordered a couple for our use, but in the spirit of sharing, we got some like sandwich boards so that we can put those like out on the street.
Nice.
So maybe we can see if we can print out like a big piece of paper, like advertising it and put it on the street. Cause
So
last year I know there were some people that were just sort of like, what's this?
Mhm.
If we could have a sign that pointed to it on the street. And we're happy to lend those anytime you guys need them too.
sure. Oh,
There's
great.
just like a couple simple big sandwich boards.
Cool.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay.
All right.
March
Well-
5th, 2 to 5 or 2 to 4. Perfect.
When's your summer one? Do you know yet? July.
July 27th,
You're right. Okay.
possibly the same day as Timberfest. I don't,
Oh, I saw that's
Uh-huh.
possibly happening.
sorry, that was not
Okay.
purposeful. Yeah, we'll be going July 27th. I need to send an email out to all the commissions because we'd love to have any and all people contribute, even if it's to like co-run an art activity with another commission or something. We'd love to be able to get information out. I know you're already coming.
Yep, I'll be all day.
We already got her signed up. But yeah, we already have the Casimir Effect, Ray Gordon's coming. We're gonna have this like back road dance troupe, do some line dancing.
I read about
Rick
that.
and
That's
Barb
just-
might come. Yeah, they're like just getting
starting,
started.
yeah.
We're like, sure, bring it
Go
on.
for it.
Some
Yeah.
dancing. That'd be awesome. We've hired the face painter for all day. We already have like 7 community organizations that have signed up. And we're about to go live with all the vendor stuff. So
That's
it's all
awesome.
happening.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
I'll write that down because Mr. C, my kids always have to come see the Casimir Effect.
Well, that's why we brought them. I remember going to the concert last summer and I was like, we need this crowd to come. They're going to be like right in the middle of our time. So
What event was that?
it was at the concert at the park
But they saw.
that I was,
No, the 27th.
That's the.
oh, our Arts at the Creek, our summer celebration reincarnate. We're shifting it a little bit this year. So it's going to be like noon to 6 instead of later. So we'll get like the lunch and dinner crowd.
Sure.
Because it kind of fizzled out a little after that. And we'll have youth vendors for free again. We'll do a raffle for adult and youth vendors also, and we'll have tie-dyeing fundraisers and hopefully
Oh,
lots of
that's
people
fun.
bringing interactive art activities. So
Would you send me the list of the vendors you have for that event?
Yeah.
I sent out I sent preliminary emails to people for the concerts in the park,
mm,
but I was looking for other vendors potentially for that event too. So maybe if we get the face painter or something like that out. If you want to
Yeah,
send me a
she's
list, that'd be
great.
Yeah.
she's
kids
been
love
at
her.
concerts before.
Yeah, she was there last year.
That's actually how I made contact with her, was that she
Mhm.
was there last year.
Oh, perfect.
But yeah, we're going like all locals, like all of our food people are like the Walks and Wings from like our Facebook chicken wing lady who's awesome, and the ice cream truck that's around here, and Boy Scouts, and we're real grassroots.
Oh,
It was by necessity last year, and this year we're like, yeah, we want to stick with all these people. So I don't think they're buttons. I think they're lights.
yeah, I just sent out to like the trails, the kettle corn people.
Pam, yeah.
I sent it to like the boba person. Christie's is always interested.
You might think about reaching out to the ice cream truck
I
guy.
was just gonna say that would be a great one for the concert.
It's like, it's called
Great for him.
GDC.
Yeah, it's actually my
GDC
student.
treats.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah?
one of my students' family. Yeah.
Oh, really?
They'll come.
Okay.
Yeah, he was all about it.
Yeah,
yeah.
they like to get out.
Perfect. Yeah, if you have his contact,
That's-
I would love that.
I'll look
send you
at-
that later. And then that'd be great for the concerts.
Yeah, happy to share any and all info we got.
Because it's the kids' names.
I'm sure that I
Super
could
cool.
even have it right here. I mean, we'd love to have, I know we're all really stretched for volunteer time, but I'm literally like, could we have like a city commission booth and maybe Parks and Rec does an hour and then somebody else does another hour. So it covers like a whole 6 hours and we just have, information on all the commissions and I don't
Yeah.
know, something like that. Cause I know like when the downtown commission asked us about Oktoberfest, we were like, we would love to, but how long do you need us to, like, we can't cover 8 hours of volunteering. There's only 7 of us and we don't all have that time.
Yeah.
So I would love to open a conversation where we could do something like that, where everybody could put in like, be there for an hour and just, be painting rocks or something super low key. But have like more of a presence of the other commissions without the
Yep.
huge time commitment.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Did you find that?
Mhm. Yeah,
I have him as like, I have his phone number and then I think I messaged
get
him,
that.
I messaged his Facebook page.
yeah, he's
Perfect.
super responsive on Facebook.
Okay, great.
And Walks and Wings is the other one.
Perfect. I'll check those out for the concerts. Great. Cool. All right.
Cool. All right.
Great.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Disregard my many emails.
Yeah, perfect. Like I said, anytime we can like cross volunteer or do any of that stuff, just let us know and we can always try to help. So
You'll try, right?
Yeah.
We're all looking at what we're doing that starts to spread all around.
thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Good to see you guys. Thank you.
Okay, cool. All right. So I think we're good for
Mm,
the arts and the park planning. That's good. Anything else?
Super easy to remember. Think good about it. My God. I keep using the microphone, sorry.
Cool. And then sprint into spring planning. We're not doing it this year,
Yeah.
but next year. Yeah.
So, I was talking to you about this. I don't think you've heard about this yet. So for certification of a course, it's $500 and it lasts for 10 years.
Oh, wow.
But you get listed in USATF's directory. They insure the event. There's all this, and they promote it. They do all this stuff that comes with that. And the course would actually be a tiny bit different than what I first mapped out because we'd want to actually use the road. So it would end at this corner over here. But basically start over by the firehouse and go out and run Campanella and come back. And I've been running it like once a week and it's still really fun.
Nice.
Like it's gonna be a cool course. But yeah, if you break it down to 10 years, it's basically $50 a year. When you have like a unique and fun, and this is mostly fast because you climb up, you go up the hill
Sure.
and you get it out of the way really fast. And then it's like the rest of the course, it's like, Dottie, put it down, please. But the majority of the course trends really fast, and so it makes it very attractive for runners to come out and do it. And I think if we do it in like early April, like basically about this time, or like what would be like this weekend, it lands it right in the middle between the Shamrock Run and Boston. And so it's actually a really good one for if someone's wanting a lot of people like to do a tune-up race before Boston, and this is like a little bit hilly, so it's like I think that's a good time of year to do it. The course is killer. And as far as the getting it certified, I know we're way under budget for this year,
Mhm.
and wondering if it is possible for us to use budget from this year to get it certified if we want to pursue that. Or I'm not quite sure how that works.
Because would we be
Getting it certified before July of this year.
yeah.
Yeah,
Is that what you mean?
So that
it's
then-
like
'cause
this
then
year's
you-
budget that we already had
yeah,
goes for it, and then whatever budget next year is just the promotion. and
Just
time
the-
and hours
exactly.
of that.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then and I would probably want to do, if you're doing that, we probably want to do chip timing. That's probably where budget would go. But I think if you have something like this, we could get some sponsorships and stuff like that and get some people around town to chip in. I also know someone who owns a chip timing system. He's on my search and rescue team, and he'll probably, give me a good deal. So
Sure. Taryn, out of curiosity, would it be better to do, like, to make sure the city's fine with it before we do the certification, or would they want to do the certification first and then see what the city would say?
I would. Yeah. Yeah,
Sure.
that's a lot of money if they want.
Yeah.
We've never done. Yeah, I don't know, maybe writing up logistics of what actually will be closed for how long.
Okay.
I'm not by the same measure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Would this be appropriate to bring up on Monday? Okay.
But yeah, if you just want to email her, maybe this is what you're planning. And how the street closures are, I think would be in concern.
Yeah, because for the most part, I think there's only one intersection we have to close. And it's very easy to detour around. For the rest, it's like you kind of get into areas where it should be spread out enough that really just having it's just kind of like we need to have like a traffic person out there. For the most part, it's really just about like kind of putting cones in a lane or like kind of like taking out, you're closing a parking lane for the most part. And then, yeah, one intersection where it's like, yeah, we should close that for about 20 minutes. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And this street, basically this block right over here, kind of like how we do some of those. Yeah, because then that could kind of be like the whole, that's where we want to finish and have, but then it makes it so it's like, you know, you've got clockers for growlers and like vendors and everything right there, so.
Sure. Would we charge like for participation during the event? Like, would it like eventually like recoup the money since we're really only doing about $50? It would be about $50 a
Yeah,
year.
so that's the thing is, when you have a certified event like this, like 5Ks are going, you know, a lot of them are like $45-50 to enter now if they're USATF certified.
Mhm.
And if we did like $30, it's like we would easily recoup stuff, but especially if we try to get some sponsorships and everything, and it would go right back in
Sure.
and cover it. So, and it would make it more attractive, and it also would like not $30 for a 5K is going to attract both like people who are really fast who want to do a certified race and like a record worthy course, as well as people who are local that are just like don't want to spend a premium on a 5K.
Sure. Yeah, I think if we want to write something up or want me to write, or either way, and then we can talk, like I said, we talk to Melanie and
Okay.
just make sure she's cool with it. And then before next meeting, if we talk to her about that, and then
Yeah.
we can bring it up again and then see what she says.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, even if we're gonna charge and we're gonna potentially recoup the fees plus some, I think it'd be pretty good for the city, but
Yeah.
you never know what they say, but
Well, it should be, and then you'd be bringing business, like people would need to eat
Yeah.
after they ran, like.
Yeah.
Because it's a distance to go. It's not like if you end in Portland and you can just go eat wherever.
sure.
Here, if you're done and you're hungry, you're here.
Yeah, we're literally. ending
It's gonna
it
take
right
you a
at-
while.
Nope, don't go. Stay in here. No, Dottie. Yeah, I might have to run it.
I was
There
gonna
we
say,
go.
we go chase him
Go.
down. Cool.
No, I think it would bring a lot of business, and especially if it ended right here. Well, if it started over here too, like starting it in that parking lot, because that's closed for like
Yeah.
the market and stuff.
Yeah.
So like you could have bathrooms over there at the start and like a good little start area. And then the part, are you talking about like the ending would be the parking lot where Christie's
Yeah,
is? And that's
exactly.
like, yeah,
Yeah, because basically,
Mhm.
you'd go up, it's like Jeremy Levos, so but
Mhm.
basically it's like, we'd start. The way that we have to measure it out, we probably want to go from the end and then measure backwards.
Sure.
So that way we figure out, because you can kind of start anywhere on there.
yeah.
And then once you get that starting line figured out, it's basically, you go up the hill and then it's like, down Shafford, 6th, Broadway through Campanella, and then down Eagle Creek, back down Broadway to here.
That sounds, I think it'd be a great run. It could introduce new people to the city and they can see a good chunk of it just by
Yeah.
running a 5K through it. So I think it's great. Cool.
Yeah, and it's short enough too. I mean, the people who are really fast are gonna do it in 15, 16 minutes, and then, the longest,
Then the normal people will finish in like, half an hour.
30 to 45.
Yeah.
Like in that thing, we could cut it off at like, we could make the cutoff be like 40 minutes, so that way it's like any closures or anything we have to do are really short, and then we can roll them out too, so that it's, you don't have to keep that intersection closed if people are just starting.
Perfect.
It's just like wait 10 minutes and then close this for 20 minutes.
Great. I think it's a great idea. Cool. Yeah, so I think, we'll just write something up and see what they say. I think that'll be the best course of action. Great. Anything else for that? Cool. Okay, and then we're on to commission report and comments. And do we have there's one, right?
It's us.
Oh, it's just us? No one there? Okay, perfect. Does anyone have anything else? Good.
It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure serving with you.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, you guys have been amazing volunteers. You guys have done an amazing job on the Parks and Rec. Honestly, you can't thank you guys enough. You guys have done an awesome job.
Thank you.
And
Cool.
I'll help as much as I still can, like Kalika said too. And like the trick or trot is my baby, so I'll try and do
Yeah.
that. Last year we had soccer awards and then Aubrey with a fever, so that didn't happen, but
Plan that.
can't plan that one.
Yeah, no, we welcome the help.
All right.
And the crowds did not take a hit. Like, I was pretty stoked. It was with everything that was going on, I thought it was gonna be like 10 kids, and it was like,
I know,
nope,
that
it
was-
still slams.
That trick or trot, I was so frustrated with that it ended up being soccer awards that day. And there were kids playing out of town. And it was both of them, like the one ended and the other one began, like, I don't know how people went. I mean, only I guess people that didn't play soccer. None of the soccer kids were there
As long as I still email you for your calendar, so I know when.
when we did it.
Yeah, when we should be planning things.
Taryn has it too.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, as long as
Good
someone
to
has
know.
like a comprehensive calendar, what's going on, and
Yeah,
See, soccer will be different. They've got totally different leadership
yeah,
on soccer. So we'll see what they do when they do it.
could be interesting.
great. Cool. I think we adjourn the meeting.
All right.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.